Hey guys, and welcome to a new lesson of editing Captain Tsubasa 2 for NES. This is lesson number 3, and in the previous two lessons we explored how to edit shots. In today's lesson, we're going to take a look at editing dribbles. So there are a couple of different things we mean when we say edit dribbles. We can either take somebody's dribble and assign it to somebody else. So for example, you take Hyuga's force dribble and you assign it to Tsubasa, or vice versa, or you take somebody's dribble and you modify it to make it look fancier or cooler. So we're going to take a look at both of these options in this tutorial. So let's open up our ROM in HXD editor and we'll head over to this offset 39420. I'll have it down in the description for you. And here is the list of all the dribbles. So by default, in this first byte right here, this byte here is for Tsubasa, and the 01 is the heel dribble. The force dribble is 02, and here are the rest of the dribbles. So if I put 02 here instead of 01, then Tsubasa will have Hyuga's force dribble. So we can take a look at that right now. I changed it to 02 and I saved it, and I'm going to go ahead and reload the state. Okay, so now we've got the force dribble for Tsubasa. If I put the, let's say number 3, there's this vanishing dribble, I think it's called, or the fake dribble or something like that. Let's take a look at that. Yep, it's the fake dribble. So now Tsubasa has that dribble. So this is how you edit it, but let's also take a look at Hyuga, for example. So Hyuga is over in this byte right here, 39429. As you can see, by default, it's 02 because that's the code for the force dribble. So if you wanted to give Hyuga, for example, Tsubasa's heel dribble, you would put 01 here and save it. And I've already added Hyuga to Sao Paulo for the purpose of this tutorial. So let's go ahead and reload the state and we'll just go ahead and pass him the ball. Okay, so well, let's get somebody to try to tackle us first, and we'll take a look at Hyuga's dribble. See, now Hyuga's got the heel lift. All right, so we'll go ahead and put it back to 02. So obviously you can play around with this line right here. As you can see, you've got all these numbers 4, 6, 5. I know there's a bunch of 2s, but like I said, the one for Hyuga, I'm not sure if it's also for somebody else who has the force dribble. It could be. You'd have to, try it out and experiment with it. But you can modify these other numbers and, see what happens with the player. So basically everything you need is in this line right here, okay? And this list will also be down in the description for you. Okay, so the second part of this deal is to modify somebody's dribble to make it look better or fancier, cooler, etc. So we'll go over to Tsubasa's heel lift and we'll play around with that. So the offset, so if we go to this offset 22820, this is the location of Tsubasa's heel dribbles codes from F7, oops, sorry about that, from F702 to this FB, this whole line right here. So if you recall from the previous lessons, each of these codes has a function or a purpose. So the function of this F702 is concerned with the way the background looks in the sky and the colors. So if I change this 02 to a 03, watch what happens. You get this flashy kind of sky. So you can play around with this. You can also play around with making this an F802. And remember what we talked about previously, when you see an F9 and a byte and then another byte, so like 2 things, 2 bytes after the F9, this third one This third one is the sound that you hear when he kicks the ball over his head with his heel. So if you change this, you'll get a different sound. This E2 is the animation, which we can also change that, but that's a bit more complex and involved. We'll be taking a look at that in future lessons because these lessons right now are for beginners, and this is a bit more advanced. So this 23 right here, if we change this to, let's say, 60, then you'll get this kind of a background. Like that. And you can play around some more with the other codes here to see what you can come up with. So this is how you edit dribbles. You can reassign a dribble to somebody else, or you could just modify somebody's dribble to make it look different. So I hope you found this helpful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.